I got dropped off at Helston this morning by amazing Dad. Left Bill behind to stay with amazing Heather, who loves Bill and is an amazing woman and is looking after him for me, because I'm walking quite a long way in the next 5 days and I don't mind carrying Bill and he loves to be hanging out with me, but even the 3 or 4 miles that he does hike, cumulatively every day, is exhausting him. So I want to make sure that he's okay. I really miss him already. Looking forward to getting to St Michael's Mount today through Rinsey, but we're going to walk through the Penrose Estate. In fact, heading towards the Penrose Estate now on the cycle path and walking path from Helston. Penrose Estate is beautiful, stately home estate, and it has wound up being inherited by somebody who very much didn't expect to inherit it, I think. A young man who had no idea that he was the son of the man who owned the Penrose Estate. I think in the olden days, one might call him an illegitimate heir. He made the papers at the time, the old Daily Mail. So let me tell you a little bit more about that as we get closer. Super kind of curious story. But now I need to focus. So this would be, I imagine, the gatehouse to the Penrose Estate, and that is Low Pool, the largest freshwater pool in the West Country. All of this land of the Penrose Estate is owned by the National Trust now, and it was given by the Lieutenant Commander, whose family had owned the estate for generations, in the 70s, I think, to the National Trust for safekeeping, but the actual property that I can see up ahead of me remains in private hands and has an almost fairy tale-esque story behind it. In recent years, in 2019, it was inherited by a local care worker who's in his early 30s, who was the son of the brother of the Lieutenant Commander who'd inherited it. Had always thought potentially that it was his father that was now in possession of the estate. But when his father died, he was able to do a DNA test, and he is now the owner of the estate house, and the income from renting fields to families, and they have a portfolio. So he, I think, is interested in setting up some local kind of charities and funds with his newfound wealth. What a fairy tale turnaround to be told one day that you've inherited a stunning centuries-old estate, and a very beautiful estate that it is too. You can see the estate house. We're going to walk right past it. Look at the beautiful walled gardens, Victorian walled gardens up there. And there's Penrose Estate itself. Low Pool is down there, that lush green valley. You can see the vegetation around the stream that goes down, extra lush. And then these beautiful trees that don't get knocked down and are a bit more looked after because they're on the grounds of a private estate. They're just glorious to look at and behold. Over there's a little cafe. People cycle and walk this route. Nice bit of cream tea, not open yet. That's where I'm going. So this is where Low Pool ends and the sea begins, bisected by a big sandy bar called Low Bar. Can you see Low Bar? There. Show you properly in a moment. Bloody murder to walk across with a heavy pack. Oosh. Good job, I don't have to do that because I'm going to the right. I'm just coming round to Port 11 from Low, and I've met this fine fella called Mal. Hi, Mal.
Hi.
What are you doing the coast path for?
I'm raising money for lifeboats, the RNLI. 6 years ago they saved my life, so that's a pretty good reason.
That's a really good reason. What happened?
I was at Trebarrow Strand and I got caught in a riptide, and I was pretty much gone, and they came out and fished me out. So I was pretty grateful. I was in a bit of shock because I didn't know the guy, I didn't say proper thank you, so this is my proper thank you.
Mal recognised me from other trails, and now I get to recognise him. So I will post
the orange shirt.
The orange shirt.
Can't miss me.
If you see him, say hi, and I'm going to tag his Just Giving at the bottom of this YouTube. So if you watch it, go down to the bottom, find it tagged, and see if you can donate a few pounds. Because if they save Mal's life, you know, they might save your life one day if you come to beautiful Cornwall or the West Country and take a swim. Lifeboat men and women do a fine job, don't they?
Beware of riptides, because I didn't know about them, and now I do. Learn about them before you go in the ocean.
That over there, that's Porthleven. That down there, that's the Lizard Peninsula. We're heading west. Plenty of second homes for me to rant about, more than ever before here, coming through lovely Porthleven. Makes me pretty cross, just as a local. Cornish local, not a Porthleven local. Can't speak for Porthleven locals. In Falmouth, houses are either second homes, Airbnbs like mine is, but it's my only home, so I only rent it when I'm not in it, when I'm away. Or students. In Falmouth, family homes bought and made into multiple occupancies for students, so families don't have somewhere to go. You probably have seen repeatedly people talking about the issue. Good Morning Britain, there was something this week. First Not Second Homes is a great campaign. Tourists are always welcome. People are welcome here, for sure. Come, love it, enjoy it with us. It's not ours to gatekeep, but don't buy a house here and then bugger off, because all the local people that you displace don't have anywhere to go. And if they do have somewhere to go, that's not in their hometown where their families have grown up. So when you holidaymakers or whoever they are go, not you, sorry, then nobody goes to the pub, no one uses the bakery, the village shop. So they have to close, because in the winter, the people who had to go and live somewhere else because there's nowhere for them to live, don't live in the village, so they're not going to the pub, so the pub closes. And then the whole reason that people come here to enjoy the culture and the local history and the characters, they don't exist anymore, because they're living somewhere else. What do you do? What do you do? It's shit. Can't come through Porthleven and not have pasty. Fergus has done a lovely outdoor seating area. Never used to be as nice as this when he first took it over. Now it's bloody handsome. You can have pints out here, there's a bar inside. It's the place to be. You get a pasty or a pint. Hiya.
Morning, you alright?
Anything ready yet?
Yeah, I've got loads. I've got medium steaks, I've got small steaks, I've got, unfortunately, I've only got one medium cheese left, this is the drop off.
I'll have a small steak.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. It's getting pretty hot. Mist's all burnt off, later than I thought. Heading to Rinsey, I can see Rinsey. I need to tape up my heels with some Luca tape because they're rubbing a bit. Little naked virgin heels that haven't been boshed about on trails for a while. And put my shorts on and take this hoodie off, otherwise I'm going to melt. Cornwall, I bloody love you. Quite a lot of coastal erosion here as this cliff crumbles down and the path gets rerouted up further into the field. Won't be long before the next iteration, I think, of the path, because that's definitely eroded a bit further back from when I was last here. Haven't been here for a while. Funny how you live around the corner, so to speak, and there are places you don't see for ages. Oh, it's lovely to see the birds soaring up. The colours down there. So here you can see the footpath, it's fenced off. Perfect. That's not for you to walk across. Gail, this is for you to walk up, and then none of this. Can't go off piste, can't bugger about on someone's land. Clearly defined. Helps, I guess, the farmers know you're not going anywhere except for where you should. Job's a good one. So the National Trust take care of the paths and chop down the overgrown gorse. Gorse springs into life this time of year. You can't see many of the, oh yeah, the yellow flowers. Oh hey buddy, he's really getting his chops full. Get it? Smell like coconut. Absolute scenes. Birds, bees, flowers, joy. I've stopped to do a bit of a yard sale with my pack, aka just put everything out on the floor. I've got some hot spots on the ball of one foot and the heel of the other, which I need to sort out because I haven't been bothered to stop and do it. I'm freaking hot and been going up quite a lot of elevation, so I'm going to put my shorts on and take this off, and I'll show you in a minute on the floor. I might drink a drink. Shorts. Who likes short shorts? We like short shorts. Stuff I forgot to sort out, so I shoved in the top. Bad form. Electronics, cook, other stuff, fanny pack, bed, umbrella, things, water, too much. And over there is Pra Sands or Prey Sands. The debate still rages on how to pronounce it. I think I always said Pra Sands growing up, and then wasn't sure. I think just call it what you want. Coming into Pra, Prey, and the paths get sandy or dunes. Erosion is easy to do. Eroding is easy to do. To erode, I don't know. But stay on the paths. I'm quite enjoying going this way around the coast path, which is different than when I did it in 2019. That's Little Cove, and I didn't see it from this angle before. Little Cove's an interesting place. Lots of buildings all owned by the same person. It's a whole fishing hamlet that was bought, often used as an artist or musician's community or commune community, I'm not sure. Where they have art workshops and music retreats, proper retreats. You can hire different cottages, and they're all in various states of semi-disrepair, which I think is really charming. I hired one for, at the time, my boyfriend's 30th birthday, and all of us went down and stayed and cooked big feasts of seafood and drank beer and cider and had fun. It was a lovely place to be. Not sure if they've vamped it up now. We're like, Cornwall's even more on the map than ever, but hopefully they've kept it a little bit tatty and as it was. Maybe it's just me. I don't really want everything to be farrow and bald. Fuck me, this is a narrow path. Lovely honeysuckle. I'm sure I remember somehow that it's is it a parasitic plant? Does it choke other plants? Gosh, something so beautiful, but so deadly. So this is the right cove for Prussia Cove, not the last one. Its own little cove. So lovely. You can stay here, your own little cove to swim in, your own little ladder. This is a very lovely little house. There's one up there. I think I've stayed in that one. And there's this one. It's very sweet. And there's one behind there. And you see the tracks in the rock for pulling something up from the beach. Catch, smuggling stuff, grog. What do you think it was? Quite a lot going on the footpath in this little section. And when I say a lot going on, I mean green things. Always getting my brolly stuck. Glad I put my trousers on for this bit because you get nettles. The nettle stings in spring are stronger than the nettle stings later in the summer, I think, because they're new and they're feisty. Feisty little nettles. Whew, and we're out. We stopped to tutor for a while back there. Oh, I think it might be on the wrong path. Yeah, that's okay. Always on the road less travelled. So there's a little bit of a detour because of cliff erosion, and so I'm walking the road down into Marazion and up to the campsite. Hopefully there'll be a cider and some fish and chips somewhere around. That'd be handsome, wouldn't it? Might have just had a pint of cider in the hotel thing. Everything else is kind of closed. So now I'm going to get some fish and chips from the fish and chip shop, because why the hell not? Go to the campsite. Rum, rum, rum. This is Dove Camping. Been here for 20 years, potentially, I think she said. And this is the lovely spot they've given me to put my tent tonight. Only £9. And they have a super gorgeous little stool and table, and it's called A Walker's Rest. How lovely. Tired. It was a good day. Probably 16.5 miles with 2 hours of tutoring in there, and a bit of a late start. Not bad for warming up again. Tomorrow, therapy at 10. Have to find somewhere with 4Gs to stop. And somewhere to charge my phone. Gonna have a shower here tomorrow, and tomorrow night camping and a farm, I think. Can tell I've had a pint of cider. I'm now useless. But happy. Can't figure out where to look. Hope you're good. See you in the morning. It's really a very terrible way to end a video of the day. It was a good day. I spoke to a few friends on voice note back and forth. Yeah, it was good. I miss Bill. See you tomorrow in the morning.